Hey, Raul here for Bass Musician Magazine, and today we're going to take a close look at this beauty from the Elite series from Cort Guitars and Basses, the A4 Ultra Ash. Let's take a close look at the Cort A4 Ultra Ash bass. Weighing in at 10 to 11 pounds, this is a neck-through construction with a mahogany body, ash top. The neck is a 5-piece maple and panga-panga. The fretboard itself is panga-panga with a 15.75-inch radius, or 400 millimeters for our metric friends. 24 frets at a 34-inch scale. It has hip-shot tuners and ultralight machine heads. The bridge is also a hip-shot trans-tone bridge, so you can string through the body. For the pickups and the electronics, they went with Fishman Fluence bass soap bars. All the hardware is black, so it matches nicely. And it comes with Diodario XL 165 strings. The Fishman Fluence bass soap bar system is based on their convention-disrupting Fluence core technology. This system for bass will allow you multi-voice performance, dynamics, and articulation. The way the controls work is, number one, you've got a 3-way voice control toggle switch. That's easy to reach and pretty quick, so you can have in voice 1, you can have it set to passive with a classic fat round sound. Voice 2 is active with full frequency and full dynamics. Voice 3 is active with mid contour, so that's great for funk, hi-fi, scooped. The EQ, one knob is dedicated to bass and the other is dedicated to treble. The blend knob allows you to balance between the bridge and the neck pickups. I personally like to kind of set it in the middle. Lastly, the pickups themselves, the volume knob, not only does this control volume by rotating the knob, but it has a push-pull feature which alters how the pickups are picking up themselves, going between, from what I understand, single coil to humbucker, so kind of humbucker, non-humbucker. So right there, you can see you have a wide palette of sonic possibilities right at your fingertips without having to do anything else at all. This versatility will lend itself to a wide array of possible music styles, whether you're rocking hard or you're doing some jazz or smoother kind of things. You can find the right tone and the right sound right there at your fingertips. Before we do any sound samples, I want to talk a little bit about my sound chain because we'll get people asking some of the details. So start out with, I'm holding on this bass with an ergo strap from our friends from Chile. Secondarily, of course, you see the Cort bass, and I'm running in Asterope bass cable, which will go from here to my DNA amplifier and head. Okay, let's talk a little bit about what I discovered about this bass. To start out with, the feel. This thing feels amazing. The contours are smooth, sleek, feels extraordinarily comfortable. It reminds me of a piece of art that my mom made that was made out of wood, and it was so smooth she called it a feely. This bass makes you want to touch it. The horns and all this, they just are exquisite. The workmanship, the wood crafting, it is just fabulous. The action is nicely set. It's fast, it's low. The neck is comfortable. The spacing is comfortable. It's kind of sleek and fast. So when I picked up this bass, even though it is a little heavy from what I'm used to at 11 pounds, it's sleek, kind of like a Jaguar is in the sports car realm. It has those curves and that sleekness to us, as compared to some more squarish basses that are more like Land Rovers. I won't point out any particular brands, but it's sleek, it's sexy, it's smooth, feels great to play. Now, that is with just the woodwork. In addition to that, when we go to the Fishman electronics and the Fluence, this array gives you an enormous amount of possibilities. You notice that if I go back and forth between the humbucking and the non-humbucking, there's one option. You can balance how you want the pickups, whether you want just one or both, or kind of mix as you will. With the bass and the treble and the EQ, you've got lots of possibilities there to set. And with that toggle, you could rapidly go from full passive to your active options, scooping out the mids, just giving you, at a finger's touch, just a pop, so many possibilities. They're kind of endless. So it doesn't matter what kind of music you're playing, you can find a sound that will work for you. And if you change songs and it's a different sound, you can make a change very easily right here without having to do anything. In addition to that, this bass feels so amazing. The neck is a little on the smaller side. I think it would be perfect for, again, our female bass players. A lot of the younger bass players, if you have slightly smaller hands, this is just extraordinarily comfortable. You've got still 24 fret reach, so you can get way up here. This, I would call it kind of an intermediate level bass. Although if I were starting and this were my first bass, I would be so excited to play it that I think I'd probably get really good a lot faster. So you've got a wonderful combination. Oh, and the sustain. This is the combination with the electronics and the strings. By them going all the way through the body, the sustain on this is just brutal. So you could just hit a note and let it ring for the longest amount of time. So all of this said, you've got beautiful woodwork and finishing and artisanship. You've got great electronics. They made some super choices with that. You've got comfort. You've got a stage appearance in this instrument that just makes people, want to look at it. It makes you just want to touch it and look at it all the time. So this is a really great instrument. I recommend it. If you want to get more information, go to www.cortguitars.com. They may not even be in stock right now, but if you get yourself on a list for this, you can't go wrong. I do think it's always a great idea for you to feel it yourself to see that it feels right to you. But I've really enjoyed checking out this bass. This is Raul for Bass Musician Magazine, the Artisan Series A4 Ultra Ash from Cort Guitars and Basses.